let's talk. So, Moneybagg Yo and Ari Fletcher's no more. At least that's what she's saying on the internet. Now, a lot of these women, they be lying on the internet, or saying shit dramatically on the internet to get shock value, or they may have had a dispute. They might have had a dispute and they right back together, right? But unfortunately for her, she's one of those women that you don't cuff. Like I said, these rappers, these Pookie wannabes, these Pookies, these Chas, these Octaviuses are meant for a lot of these Keishas. They are the perfect thing. They crash out, argue with each other, both unemotionally intelligent, both crash out over each other, both criminals. You know what I'm saying? Women, a lot of the women don't look at themselves or their friends as criminals when they do criminal activity. They don't really see, stealing or the little petty shit they be doing, fighting, assault, even pregnant. They don't see that as a crime. You know what I'm saying? They don't see it as crime because the system get DUIs. The systems give them slap on the wrist, slap after the wrist on the wrist. You got to remember too, financially, black men are not at the bottom. I keep telling you all these lies they keep pushing on the internet. Black women don't make more than black men. Hector don't make more than black men. But as far as when it comes to conviction rates, oh yeah, they convict us at a higher rate. Innocent, guilty, it's a bunch of people. Everybody else, probably us and Hector might get convicted at the highest clips. That's just me giving it a guess, right? But everybody else don't get convicted. They get they get the benefit of the doubt because they're a woman or they're Brad or they're Becky. They don't get convicted at the same clips that we do. Therefore, the crime scale is delayed. If it was an equal playing field, you'll be surprised who will be at the top of that list, right? And who will be the face of criminality. But yeah, she ain't nobody that you cuff, man. Like, she was talking about how it made her feel that Moneybagg Yo was with other women and how, if I'm paraphrasing, it hurt her self-esteem. And a lot of these women be talking about you're insecure. They're insecure. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they can't take a joke, even if it's just a joke out of right field, it's just nothing to do with them, and they come back with an insult, is because they're insecure. The reason they put that makeup on, the reason she get this surgery done allegedly and claim that she didn't get it done, lying about shit like that, in my opinion, right? Is because they are insecure. They are. The women are very insecure. You can't tell them, most of them, you can't tell them the truth. It's when you tell them the truth, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a war. They feel a certain type of way, and then they'll use that, by you telling them the truth, they'll use that as a reason to go fuck you over and put you in a compromising position, set you up, cheat on you, all those type of things, right? If you've been there, you know that. If you know about it, you know about it. That's what comes with the truth. Justification to F you over. But yeah, she ain't nobody that you cover. All the women that claim they baddies and dress provocative on OnlyFans, these Instagram, they meant for these rappers, man. And if these rappers had a lick of sense, they would just pass them around. And one thing that you do notice, right? And I don't know if y'all notice, it's a bunch of older rappers and older black gentlemen who may have procreated with black women in the beginning of their careers, had black women, and now they got white or non-black women. Corrupt, Little John. I mean, I was just looking at the preference of black men, older black men that got rid of their black wives and moved on. And it happens, it happens to Becky, Brad, everybody for the most damn near. Even if they officially don't divorce, we know what's going on, right? And a lot of these dudes reach enlightenment when they get older. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, but yeah, Ari Fletcher is a bop. When she was on live with her son and talking about, the girl, he looked no more than 10, if that 8. Talking about what type of girl he should go for, light skin, brown skin, that ain't something that a child should be talking about. Let's keep it real. That's not something that a child should be talking about. What type of girl? Like, he should be talking about Tonka toys and Bluey and talking about, what he want to be when he grow up. This is why you don't procreate with bops, bro. They make the worst mothers. They care more about the club. What about that DeJounte Murray dude? And he just said, you know what? Even though he was an idiot for procreating with her and getting with her and cuffing her, just stay out the club and be a mother. And like I said, he said he'll financially take care of everything else. When all a man literally got to do is have money, and you have the money, and it's still not enough. Don't listen to what women say. They ain't submissive to your dollar. They fight. That's why a lot of the brothers get with the others or just stay single. Chris Webber didn't have a girlfriend his whole prime of his NBA career. Kevin Durant neither. They just played the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, why get married? It makes zero sense at that point in your career. Unless you like Ace Bailey, you got a girl that came from the mud with you. Salute to dude. But they a lot of them make the worst mothers, bro. You couldn't even stay out the club. Harry Fletcher, like, you ain't no catch. If anybody else that want to mess with her, it's just on a short-term basis. You just smashing and giving all. She has no real worth, man. Anytime a chick on the line like that with her son showing her body, she was a bottle girl. No worth. You don't cuff that. I feel like Moneybagg, smashed that too long. And then she online tomorrow. She want to give him a threesome for his birthday, bro. People, like, I don't care who you is, Pookie, Ray Ray. At some point, a man reaches a maturity where you want certain things to be taboo about this woman. You don't want this woman online showing ass, shaking cat. You know what I'm saying? Talking about threesomes, talking about their sex life. Leave that preserved for the little girls group, the little girlfriend group that she got. That's what that's for. That's what that's for. You don't want to see your mother, your children, or a woman that you calling wife be online talking about, sex and all that, threesomes, and you can Google her punani and she's talking about BBLs and all that type of shit. Nobody want to see that shit. That's somebody that you hold to a high standard. You feel me? That's somebody that you hold to a high standard. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that you like, yeah, this the one right here. So, yeah, ain't somebody you want to see, you want to hold up and be talking about, this is my wife, and come on. Even the pookiest of the pookie, that's embarrassing. When you can walk into a room and, half the room to see your wife naked, or half the room then smashed your wife, or some of the guys in the room smashed your wife. And you remember what dog say? What dog say? Cam Newton was like, he had to ask Jasmine Brown every dude she been with, so he knew who had one up on him. Like, women that never understand that. They never really grasp the concept of how sacred they are to us and how pure we see them when a man makes you, especially his wife. Like, he sees you in such a good light. And when those guys, you be with a long time women and they don't want to marry you, they don't see you in that light. But you know why you don't leave? Because you don't have an option to leave. And he don't leave. It's just that it ain't that guys don't have options to leave. Guys get complacent. They get comfortable. Comfortability is the cousin to laziness. That's what I believe. Comfortability is the cousin to laziness. Real spill. So sometimes, the Lord has to make us uncomfortable, for us to get up and do some work and move on and progress. But I said it before about old girl. Ain't nobody gonna cut. Like, they gotta settle for the simps. A lot of them washed up R&B 90 stars and musician stars. They used to be bad and could have any dude they want. Even them, and if they even still got money, you know what I'm saying? They gotta settle as women, bro. They have to settle. And in their mind, I've talked to women 50, 60, they don't feel like they have to settle. And to be honest with you, you can tell the difference when you have a conversation with women, that's wives. And when they get older, you can tell they can wives. Even if they got their ring on, you have a conversation with them, you can tell that they're wives. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, the way they have a conversation, they softness, they tone. And a lot of these women, man, they not wild. They think because a rapper or a certain guy spend some time with them, spend some money on them, that's the end goal. And black women got to get out of that mindset where, you know, a couple dollars being spent on you is it. Man, Becky going for the gusto. They going for pensions. They going for 401ks, properties. They want to build families and then take the money. I'm not saying either one is right or, you know, right, but, you know, but yeah, everybody want a quick fix. And the majority of these women, they get BBLs, they get body work done to be prostitutes. But that's another video for the Patreon and for the Free Game 89 channel. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.